I thought she was my soulmate. We were perfect together, and I truly believed we would spend the rest of our lives together until she broke my heart. I remember the moment so vividly, like a scar burned into my memory. The candlelight flickered, casting soft shadows against the walls of the small Italian restaurant where we had our first date. The wine glass in my trembling hand felt heavier than it should have, my heart pounding in my chest as I reached into my pocket, fingers brushing against the small velvet box. "Anna," I said, my voice barely above a whisper, "I need to ask you something." She looked up from her plate of pasta, her deep brown eyes filled with curiosity and something else. Something I couldn't quite place. I took a deep breath, slid from my chair onto one knee, and opened the box. The diamond glistened under the dim glow of the chandelier, reflecting every ounce of love and hope I had poured into that moment. "Will you marry me?" I asked, my voice steadier than I felt. For a moment there was silence, then a soft inhale. Her lips parted, but no words came out at first. The entire restaurant seemed to hold its breath with me. And then she shook her head. My heart dropped. My fingers went numb. The air felt thick, suffocating. I can't," she finally said, barely above a whisper. I stared at her, unblinking. "What do you mean you can't?" Tears welled in her eyes. "I love you, but I'm not ready for this." I didn't understand why she rejected me. We had been dating for 5 years, and it seemed like we were meant to be together. I tried to speak, but the words lodged in my throat. Around us, whispers rippled through the restaurant, strangers watching my world crumble in real time. She reached for my hands, but I pulled away, standing slowly, the weight of rejection pressing down on my shoulders like an avalanche. The rest of the evening was a blur. I paid the bill, my mind miles away. The car ride home was silent, the air between us thick with things unsaid. When we reached her apartment, she turned to me, eyes pleading. "Please say something." "What do you want me to say, Anna?" My voice cracked, raw and broken. "That it's okay? That I'm fine? Because I'm not. I just asked the woman I love to be my wife, and she said no." She sniffled, wiping her cheeks. "I don't want to lose you." I let out a bitter laugh. "But you don't want to marry me either. What does that leave us with?" She didn't answer. Maybe she didn't know how to. I didn't stay the night. I couldn't. I drove aimlessly, the city lights blurring together through the haze of unshed tears. My mind replayed every moment of our relationship, our late-night talks, our lazy Sunday mornings, the way she traced circles on my palm when she thought I wasn't paying attention. It had all led to this, and yet somehow I had read every sign wrong. Days turned into weeks. We tried to talk, but every conversation felt like wading through quicksand. The love was still there, but it was different now, fragile, uncertain, and eventually the inevitable happened. "I think we need to take a break," she whispered one evening over the phone. I had known it was coming, but that didn't soften the blow. I wanted to argue, to tell her love should be enough, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe love needed timing, and ours was off by a few beats too many, so I let her go. The weeks that followed were the loneliest I had ever known. I deleted her number but memorized it anyway. I stopped checking her social media, but my mind filled in the blanks. Did she miss me? Did she regret it? Did she think of me when she heard a love song on the radio? I wanted to believe that she did, that I hadn't just been a chapter in her story that she was ready to close. Time passed. The pain dulled, though it never fully disappeared. I learned to live with it, like a faded bruise that only ached when pressed too hard. And one day, as I walked through the same streets where we had once held hands, I realized something. Some love stories don't end in marriage. Some end in lessons, in growth, in the painful understanding that love, no matter how deep, cannot always bridge the gaps between two hearts moving at different speeds. And maybe, just maybe, that was okay.